Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
No topics too absurd, no stating too asinine. We are Nerdy Jersey's finest. We are Nerdaties. I'm Mike.
I'm Justin.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's not your given name.
I haven't heard my given name in ages.
In a long time. A long time.
Such a long time.
All right, he's Vinny. Who are you?
I'm Joe.
There we go.
Qui-Gon Vin.
Ooh.
Qui-Gon Vin. I also go by Mace Windu. Anakin Skywalker. It's whatever. It's not for me to decide. It's for the people.
Vin, you asked a question on the other show that now I feel that I can answer.
Yes. The question I had asked.
Hellraiser. Wishmaster.
What?
Yeah, I don't. You should set up your
us
question.
Give us a setup to the question because you just did.
Yeah.
A retrospective of the Alien Predator.
Yeah, not just because Vinny doesn't remember the question, and neither do I.
Totally. I said that I don't feel Alien holds up as a horror movie as much as you guys were like making it out to.
I wasn't ever scared.
And then Vinny's like, well, what does? So, answering your question. So, Hellraiser, Wishmaster. Dusk Till Dawn.
That's campy.
It's more of an action. It is kind of campy.
Bordello of Blood.
Was that
Demon
Tales
Knight.
from the Crypt movie?
Demon Knight.
Demon Knight's got some strong horror going on.
Yeah. Leprechaun in the Hood.
See, now he's just being silly.
Steel.
Yes.
Well, as I've said many a times, the scariest movie ever made is The Big Short. You watch that movie and understand what they're talking about? That's true fear. Society's fucked.
So, guys, as you know, the wife and I have made it our mission in life to go through film sagas. We jumped down Star Wars. Started at Phantom Menace, terrible. Through Attack of the Clones, garbage. On Revenge of the Sith, much better than those other two. This conversation with Mike the other morning. I feel that Qui-Gon set in motion all the events of the movies. I'm not saying he's necessarily the bad guy, but his actions brought about chaos in the universe.
Well, weren't the Sith all but defeated prior to Episode 1?
This is the thing. The Jedi don't really know. They just have things that they tell themselves. Because also, from everything we've watched up till this point, the Jedi they're dicks. Like,
They smell their own farts.
yeah, absolutely. Take kids from their family, don't have any fucking attachments,
Well,
don't show emotion.
they don't just take kids. It's like, yo, your kid's got some skills. We could train him over here. And the parent, they don't like kidnap them. It's actually an honor in the universe, in the galaxy, for your kid to be a Jedi.
Listen, you can paint it however you want. I'm giving the real facts here. Take their kids. So, they're not necessarily the greatest. They're not as all-powerful either as they seem to be.
Well, they never said they're all powerful.
And that's what people believe.
Yeah, dumb little shits like Anakin who think they can't die.
Right. So then, Qui-Gon, he's like one of the bigger assholes of the Jedi, because like not only is he a Jedi, but he's also like, I don't want to follow the fucking rules. I'm gonna do what I want.
So wait a minute. No, if the Jedi are assholes for following the rules, how can Qui-Gon be an asshole for not
They're
following the rules?
assholes for following rules. They're the assholes for making the stupid rules that they have to follow.
That's Qui-Gon's rub, though. That's
I know
why
it's
he's
rub.
Ronin.
Look, I understand that's his rub, and like, look, I'm for the anti-authority, whatever, but like, he made some rash decisions that ended up costing like a gajillion fucking lives.
Well, the way now I told you guys I've been on the YouTube Star Wars lore for months now. The way it was explained in one of the videos I had seen is so because there was pretty much just the Jedi and the Sith were gone for so long and they haven't seen the Sith in however long. When Anakin was brought into the fold to bring balance to the Force, air quotes, that implied the rebirth of the dark side, good and bad, which is why Qui-Gon doesn't follow the Jedi code because he follows the Force, and the Jedi code, as you had stated, is pretty anal and
Dogmatic.
Because
yeah.
he believes that he will bring balance to it.
Yeah, that's the stupidity of that concept too. Bringing balance to the Force when you've got 10,000 Jedi out there and maybe no Sith. What is balancing the Force? Either giving birth to 10,000 Sith or paring down the Jedi as close to 2 as you possibly can.
But that's what I mean. They say shit, but they don't know for sure. Like,
Yeah.
At one point, there was an army of Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that they were all completely wiped out because, as we see with Order 66, not all the fucking Jedi were wiped out.
Well, they went into the shadows. The Sith.
Right.
I mean, if we're splitting hairs here, after Order 66, there was only 2 Jedi. There was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda.
No, there wasn't.
No.
There's a bunch of Padawan that survived,
Oh,
and
yeah,
there
and Ahsoka.
was Jedi Masters that.
The
Padawans aren't Jedi. Let's. I mean,
the canon number is about 100.
Yeah.
100 Jedi survived out of 10,000.
well, what's the planet that the Sith inhabit, where their temples and shit are?
Hexagon.
No, it starts with a C. I was watching some stuff
Oh,
recently too. Korriban?
That I'll say that's right. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, it's the Sith, like the birthplace of the Sith.
Because like, was there anyone there during the Phantom Menace to A New Hope? You know what I mean? Like,
From
what's the
what I
lore
was
there?
watching in a video, it's a graveyard. It's
Yeah.
basically Tatooine, but red.
Right, because they're not going to fucking hide there.
Well,
Right.
there's so much war that happened there. It's haunted by Sith ghosts.
Right.
Like, no one wants to go there. If you go there and you're Force sensitive, it drives you fucking crazy because they're just yelling at you the entire time. The kick in the ass, like the reason I believe the Sith have pretty much been wiped out, and one of these videos lays it out too. They fucked themselves over with the rule of 2. They pared
Yeah.
themselves down to so many small little, and by the end it was just 2 Sith trying to push this thing because they're greedy. They just want
Yeah.
for
Well, it's
themselves.
in their-
Some power.
See, but that's the thing that I don't buy.
It's in their code though. They like.
But they,
What is it? Knights of the Old Republic. Like, you have to kill your master.
Yeah.
In order to
They're
become a master.
self-destructive.
Yeah. So how does that work in terms of like a fucking?
But
Come to Sith school.
that's the fucking Jedi propaganda of it all.
No, that's the Sith rules.
Oh, Justin's going hard. Okay, I'm with it. Go ahead.
That's the fairy tale they tell themselves at night so they don't get too fucking scared. I don't buy for 1 second. After the first couple times that happens, they're like, we're limiting our numbers by fucking killing our masters, right?
Well,
No.
also in the lore, I watched the one
Yeah, that doesn't
Sith
fucking
Lord. The one Sith Lord was like such a fucking badass. Nobody dared. Everybody was like, You go up. You challenge him, and nobody wanted to challenge him. Anyone that challenged him got fucked. They got butt fucked, and it was just everyone just bowed down. They're like, "This is the fucking dude."
He was
He's
the
got
bad guy in Knights of the Old Republic, right? He was the dude in like the white armor and shit.
No, this I think it predates that. It's I think he had black armor. Who?
Joe,
What?
did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Did anybody else fucking hear that?
Yeah, I heard
What
that. I don't know why it happened so
What
suddenly.
the hell was that
shortly.
noise? Dude, that was like...
What was it?
It was like a fucking scream.
Yeah, I totally heard it.
That was weird.
Yeah. So, actually, audience listeners out there, what do you think that was? Please comment below.
discern that
on
for us?
Whatever.
I didn't
media
hear it.
output
We have
you're listening to this on.
she just sneezed.
That was fucking loud.
That
dude.
was really loud. Like I got the headphones in, and they were that sounded demonic, actually.
Dude, are
just me until I saw your face.
the midichlorians trying to talk to us? Are we on to something bad? Are we all down right now?
I don't no idea what that was.
Are we still talking Star Wars, or do we get everything out?
I'm just saying. Those movies are fucking atrocious.
Well, I think that's why Qui-Gon isn't a bad guy. I think that's why he's the goat.
I didn't say he was a bad guy. I said he did some questionable shit that set off the events that ended up killing billions.
But he's
Well, it's
playing-
ebbs and flows. He follows the Force.
Yeah,
The Force guide, not Jedi Creed.
he's a student of the
Yeah.
living force.
Yeah. Yep.
If anybody's the bad guy, it's the force. Let's face
I
it.
was gonna say it's Palpatine, but yeah.
Well, it's the council. They're all bureaucrats. They sit around, smell each other's farts, like you guys were saying. Oh, you think we should do this? Nah.
It's not the Force. It's turning the Force into the thing that fuels their stupid rules to begin with. It's real religion.
Well, it's
And God's not the problem. The problem is all the different ways people think that they should be believing in God and that they think you should only believe in God their way.
Well, no, believing in God is a problem since you have no evidence for it. But then, yes, using this belief to abuse other people is compounding negative on top of negative.
right. Doing horrific things for the sake of peace. Who hasn't heard that tale of time before?
Yeah, they just want elbow room.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn, he's all about. He's just an innocent boy. We're going to teach him the Force. He'll bring
I thought he was
balance.
helping the kid.
Yeah, but look who Qui-Gon's master was.
Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he transcended him. He learned the lessons, but learned them better than Dooku. Dooku was a roiling tempest of anger.
Dude, and you think about how he bitched Obi-Wan and fucking Anakin twice, pretty much.
What, Dooku?
Yeah.
Like bitched him once, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
he bitched him. Well,
Anakin got him the second time.
Yeah, he stomped Obi-Wan twice, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
but you know the Emperor was channeling some.
No, because
That was all
you
Anakin.
look at Dooku's face when, Palpatine's just like, yeah, do it, kill him.
I was watching a video recently. Part of it is that Dooku was getting too old. Because he got into the dark side later on in life, he was wearing himself out. He was already an old man when he started tapping in, and he was like falling the fuck apart. And Anakin was peak. Anakin was pumping a lot of power out. The video describes that every saber blow that Anakin landed on Dooku was like taking years off of his life. So he could barely hang on in that fight.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really was. He was a racehorse at his prime, fighting a tub of glue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if had Anakin not channeled more dark side energy, he would have lost. And that's what I'm saying. Like the Emperor was sitting there manipulating, just like, do it, because like you said, every blow he was just like, oh.
He was
And then when he
fucking-
goes, kill him. Dooku had no fucking idea.
That there was again, by the way.
There, you just did it too.
There was
Little
the
bit.
sound again.
Scream?
It sounded like an echo of my voice.
I don't know, dude. Not the
This
first.
dog keeps sneezing. That
No, it sounds like, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that I think that might be the dog. She just has these. What is she? A Shih
Demonic
Tzu?
fits.
Yeah, when they sneeze, it's like, yeah, it's demonic. There it is. There it is.
Quiet him. Quiet him.
And there, did you hear that? That there it was.
Not.
Come here, Nat.
that.
Hi.
Oh, there's a puppy.
Yeah, we're just dog sitting for that. Yeah, hear that?
That I heard.
That I did
Very
hear.
close.
Yeah,
Very close to the mic.
yeah. Yep.
Fucking dog. Attitude like it's got some bite. Yeah, he did not ask if he wanted to be on camera. He feels very violated.
The dog's just-
She's okay.
She's just like, you're not gonna get my face, but I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah, you get all the ass. She's an
Profile
Instagram
on
model.
Google.
Now she's down. I love it.
Okay. Do you think we solved all the problems of the Star Wars universe? We move on.
I don't think we solved any problems. I'm just saying. Just put it out there.
I think we're just connecting the dots. We have the cork board, some yarn, connecting our bullet points.
I was just thinking earlier. Vinny is. See, I heard that. That
I
was
hear
my
the
voice
echo.
reverbing a little bit. Vinny is definitely the Charlie of our group. Okay.
Yeah.
After that little metaphor, yeah, that just cements it.
Yeah.
Pepe Sylvia.
I channel a lot of
Chaotic
people.
energy. Chaotic
Yeah.
energy. Do some casting.
Yeah.
Right. We know who the new Slayer is going to be.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Ryan Kira Armstrong. She played Fern on Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
The assertive yet still quite scared young woman.
She was the captain.
She was the captain for quite a while. She's going to be the new Slayer. We don't have a name for her, but they're only ordering a pilot out of the gate. And I'm guessing Buffy's going to be her watcher. I'd really like for them to do the last Slayer story that they're doing in comics now, where it's Willow and Tara's daughter. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I didn't know that Tara came back.
I think they're gonna lean into that a bit.
That would be great for them to do, because she's not just a Slayer, like an ass-kicking Slayer. She's got her parents' magical potential, so she could be the greatest Slayer of all time.
Right.
But I would like for them to do something with the fact that they made like 100,000 Slayers at the end of the series.
Well, isn't the name of the series called Slayers?
Is it?
I think
I didn't think they had a title for it yet. I thought they were just going, I guess they can't go with Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it's not just about her. But yeah, that would be great if this is the one that Buffy gets as her Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Hope it goes to series. The only other casting I have is a rumor. Do you think Daniel Day-Lewis would ever sign on as Magneto?
No.
Ever.
He's been retired for a while.
He came back, actually.
He's coming back to star in a film his son's directing, I read.
I never believed his retirement was a real thing. I always saw it as a long vacation.
I would take him as Magneto. I would definitely. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Bro, all the CGI and green screen, he'd look around as Magneto and be like, what is this?
My
What is
problem,
this human filth?
my problem with him and the rumor of his casting is it doesn't line up with the word that they're trying to go with an African American actor for Xavier.
Yeah, it does rub wrong.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that both of them are black. It would make more
It
sense.
doesn't. It just. I think it's easier storytelling.
Yeah.
If they are.
I don't like the notion of having someone that method involved. Not that anyone's ever said he's a pain in the ass with his method acting, but just that concept of being in character that much doesn't seem to fit in a Marvel movie.
No.
No, I think it's a made-up fan cast like Alan Richardson being Batman.
That, that, we'll get there.
What?
It's gonna happen. It's still gonna happen.
It's Pattinson or Jensen Ackles, dude. You get on the train or get off the tracks when the train's coming through.
DCU's Batman is way too jacked to be Pattinson. Pattinson's not filling out those muscles.
Batson's movie isn't even going to fucking happen. We're being fucking honest here.
You give him the Thor cocktail, and you got Jackinson.
I don't know.
He doesn't like to put in that work.
That's all.
He already said it.
You don't have to with steroids. Give him a couple steroids. Go do some push-ups. See you on set.
See, I don't like your disrespect to Chris Hemsworth work ethic and genetics.
Yeah.
That guy is 6'3" of effort.
You ever see him run?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's got the fairy hands, dude.
See him surf.
He's Australian. They're all built like that. When you're
But he runs like this.
when you
He
walk-
runs like Jack Sparrow. You can't look like that and run like Jack Sparrow
Yes, you
and
can.
tell me that's just genetics. He did the hell of steroids.
Dude, you live in Australia. You walk out your door, a fucking spider the size of a fox is going to try to eat you. You're going to be physically fit. Most Australians.
No, I'd move.
Show me a-
Simple.
show
I'm
me
getting
a-
on a boat. I'm doing this in the ocean, getting on a boat. I'll probably, fish for shrimp or something like that.
I'd buy a plane ticket. That's just me. If I was trying to get out of there, I'd drop the money. It's a long flight, but it's a longer.
I don't
boat
know.
ride.
Even young Hemsworth, like, George Kirk Hemsworth, he was still jacked.
No, he's a bigger dude, but like Thor jacked.
Like, he was.
Have you seen any of his videos? His workout videos?
Yeah, he puts the work in. I will not deny
He
it.
does put the work in. Like,
It's
But
him
he's-
doing those wacky ass exercises, like the restriction bands on his biceps as he's curling.
like,
What is that fucking sci-fi workout nonsense?
like, yeah, that's definitely effort.
That's 5 chickens a
That's
day.
effort.
Yeah.
Well, I think anyone can do that if it's
Good.
contractually obligated and they give you the A-Rod gummy bears and they
Vinny,
go,
You know damn well if you got paid to do nothing but work out 8 hours a day for
Yeah.
like 3 months, you could look
Yeah.
like you do minus steroids. You know you could. Don't fucking stop with your.
oh yeah, but what I'm saying is when you work out that much, you do need steroids.
You don't have
Everyone at the high level of athletes, they one way or another do some form of performance enhancing shit. It might even just be peptides. But he's not an athlete, so I don't limit it to that.
Like, I could see that. I don't think he's doing straight roids.
Oh, he's on gear. You don't get that vascular and that jacked, just like Hugh Jackman, without some sort of gear. I say gear now. I don't say steroids.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you're kayfabe.
Well, I'm well versed in the
The thing is too,
steroid vernacular.
you could also put in the work like them and look that vascular when you're dehydrated as fuck.
Yeah, you're
That
cutting
too.
that NO2
But
in there.
that was what was it? Future Past when he woke up buck naked, and he just got veins
Yeah.
coming out of his abdominals.
He,
Drink some water, bro.
They've even said it. They're like,
Yeah.
we don't drink water for like 10 fucking hours before
Yeah.
we shoot the scenes.
Yeah,
Well, you ultra hydrate for like a month, and then like leading up to it, you drink like 3 days out. You start drinking like little to none.
And it's distilled at that point.
yeah,
Yeah,
You
and
get
it
very, very
you just piss it
vascular.
all out, and then you're just shredded.
That's why I think Evans told him to go fuck off in First Avenger. Like he comes out of that pod looking jacked, looking in great shape, but looking like
Normal.
Whoa,
Yeah,
like,
If you-
hydrated, like he's
Yeah.
healthy.
If you
Yeah.
want to hear all about the Hollywood like superhero bodybuilding shit, listen to any interview you can with Stephen Amell. He'll tell you. He's like, there was like weeks where he's like, I fucking hated it. I was thirsty as fuck. He's like, I was so tired of eating fucking protein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like,
it's
anytime I had to shoot a fucking shirtless scene, he's like, I'd make sure that we shot it first thing in the fucking day. He's like, so then I could go and drink some fucking water.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
It's kind of absurd. We don't need to see them that ripped. Like just
No.
looking in good shape.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
You are, but the problem is 90% of the fucking assholes out there are like, does this guy even fucking work out? Meanwhile, he's fat as shit, sitting there eating his 6th can of Pringles,
Yeah.
covered in fucking Baconator wrappers. Like, that's the fucking problem.
Well, I think they want to give off the superhero look, but superheroes drink plenty of water. They have to.
But Thor is a god.
Yeah, so he has to take steroids looking at God.
I don't think he's doing the roids. I don't think he's doing. I think he's just
Golden apples.
he's just maxing out the weights and definitely putting in the work.
Well, the beauty of this, Joe, is you don't have to think because I know he's on gear.
I have a casting.
I too have casting.
I have several.
Conan O'Brien will be in Toy Story 5 as a character named Smarty Pants.
Love that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him on Hot Ones?
Yes, I fucking loved
He
his
just-
Hot Ones.
Starts rubbing it on his face and his nipples.
Dude, his doctor, bringing him in. Conan he drank the fucking dab. He drank the dab.
Will Forte did too.
Will Forte's was nuts too.
He was sipping it before he put it on the wings. He goes, "Let me just get a little taste of this." And the guy's like, "You sure want to do that?" He's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it."
Conan's
Forte
podcast.
was no selling that shit.
What's that?
Will Forte was no selling all those wings.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
No,
this-
yeah,
It's okay.
he was in. He was a guy. He was all about it. I saw Shane Gillis's, and Shane Gillis was just asking for more milk. He was just sweating. He's like,
But
I don't know how the fuck you do
but
that.
it's true. Some people can handle the spice. Like
Bill Murray's blows me away. The fact that he no-sold everything. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. That one's a bit much, but that one doesn't really taste that good.
Like
Forte,
Classic Bill.
I've had the bomb. That shit is hot.
I want to do like a hot sauce challenge thing. Not even challenge, just like hang out and just have some hot sauces.
I probably, I probably could still do it.
You
there's
can
your,
do it.
There's your vetoes.
What you want to do? it?
I can't do milk though.
I can't do milk. I don't do milk. You want to
I
do?
can do
It?
chocolate milk or milk and cereal. I can't do milk. I don't know what it is.
How hot have you gone, Vin? Just wondering.
The spiciest shit I had was homemade shit in Costa Rica,
Okay.
No, I would say second would be Thailand. The shit they just, you feel it in your asshole the next day. Like
So that was the lady boy?
not just saying that. No, it definitely wasn't the lady boy. They didn't like me. Megan was my camouflage. They respect the lady on your arm.
She was your
But if
beard.
you're single, they will grab you up.
I've done Scotch Bonnet. I've done Scorpion. I haven't done the Reaper or the Pepper X. Pepper X is too new. Ghost.
I've never done anything like that, but I know I could do it. I'm a fucking monster. It's crazy.
Justin, that hot sauce I brought to the pizzeria, that was hot. That was a Scotch Bonnet.
Was that? I thought it was Scorpion.
Oh, you're right. No, yeah, it was Scorpion. No,
Scorpion pepper.
Scotch Bonnet was the other one I had.
Just not my game. I like to taste the things I'm eating.
Some of them actually don't. Like when you mix the hot stuff with flavor, with a good flavor, it's good.
I like Tabasco sauce. I think Tabasco sauce is great.
Tabasco's great.
Yeah. I love Cholula. I love Cholula hot sauce.
I'll tell you what, I don't like the Mexican brands. I don't know what it is. They have like I don't know, for lack of a better term, BO taste.
Well, like
Earthy?
Tapatio? Like
You know what I'm saying?
Like
It
hot
just
sauce?
it's like a generic taste. I don't know what I've never known what the fuck it was, but it has like a ick taste to me.
The type of vinegar they use.
Yeah, because
Probably.
Cholula to me, I love the taste of Cholula.
Yeah, Cholula's good. I prefer green over red Cholula.
I've done so much green, I can't do green anymore.
Fucking love
I
green
can't do
Cholula.
green.
Tabasco is always a good go-to.
But
Most Americanized hot sauces like Frank's and stuff, though, I fucking despise.
oh yeah, no.
No, I don't fuck with Frank's.
So does this mean at some point we're gonna do a Nerdaties Hot Ones? Hey Sean, if you're listening to this, we'll totally do the show.
Give me a month of my acid reflux meds, and yeah.
No milk. I'll do some beer with it though.
The way to kill it is sugar water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sugar water.
Sugar?
Oh,
In
Vinegar?
water?
So that's how they measured. Actually, that's how the Scoville units are measured.
Mm-hmm. How many sprays?
Yeah, how many sprays of sugar water is what equates to the Scoville level.
Vinny, have you ever done the ludicrous wings at the Chag?
No, I've only been to Chegg once, and I didn't get anything.
One time, one wing.
I ate a plate that destroyed my stomach. It destroyed my. I have a picture. You see the pain on my face.
Oh,
Eating
good.
the
I
wings.
thought it was a picture of the toilet afterwards.
Oh my god, it was so bad. I remember the island flooded that night too. It was so bad.
From your poop?
Because of your shit?
No, it was one of those downpours that I used to work at Fantasy Island, so the
Did it
Chegg
downpour from your
was
butthole?
right there.
Yeah.
So we would go to the Chegg late night, and that night we're gonna eat ludicrous wings. Like it's gonna happen.
It's not as good anymore since they sold it.
No. The last time I was at Chegg, it's so expensive and it's not worth it. All they care about is turnaround.
The sauces are fucking terrible now.
It's how quickly, like as soon as you sit down and put your order in, and they give you your food, they're like, "You want your check? You want your check?"
You know who's got good wings? Pickle Lily. Have you ever been out there?
I haven't been there in a long.
Fucking good. Fucking real good.
I think my biggest problem with the Chegg right now is last time I went there, it was some dude with crunchy hair. The time before that was the fattest ass I've seen on a chick. So yeah,
It's just they sold it a few years ago.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the same or nearly as good since.
That's the
So I gave it a Googs. Hot Ones brand for season 25. It looks like 2, 4, 6, probably about 10 for 120. But there's a Father's Day gift for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Another 10 for $40, varying in sizes.
That's not a
So-
bad deal.
when you get to the bomb note, I've had the Ground Zero, the 1.5 million, and not only was I stupid for doing it once, I was really stupid for doing it twice.
you were adventurous for doing it the first time.
Yeah.
You were stupid doing it the
Very
second time.
stupid. The video is somewhere of me doing it, and it is that pain because I got sick the second time.
How do
And
we
it
get into
came up.
a 5-minute talk about hot sauces?
We still in fucking casting.
Yeah, we still what was it? You said you had casting, right?
Oh,
I
that's Conan O'Brien's gonna be.
Oh, that's right.
That's
You
how
said
it got
hot
into it because of
There
him
we
on
go.
Hot Ones.
Okay,
Uh,
hot over.
Oscar Isaac, Elizabeth Olsen, and Kristen Stewart are all going to star in a vampire thriller called Flesh of the Gods. The film is set in 1980s LA. It follows a couple lured into a dark, hedonistic world by a mysterious figure known as the Nameless.
I remember hearing about it like a while ago. We didn't cover this before?
No,
Weird. I'm interested.
yeah, I like vampire flicks.
Yeah.
I like
Kristen Stewart's a lot better now that she's not in that other vampire show.
Yeah,
casting.
that's it for casting.
That was all casting? Okay.
Yeah.
Heaping help in the trailers. Ran into Americana midway last week. I was thrown off because when you go on the IMDb, it says it came out in 2023. But no, it was completed in 2023, and they were shopping it around, bringing it to shows. It just got picked up and is being released August of this year, I believe. It looks like a Tarantino movie by way of Reservation Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some douchebag gets his hand on an actual, I think it's Navajo ghost shirt. It was a Native American ghost shirt, which is highly sought after and very religious for them. And someone tries to kill him for it. Might actually do it. And it becomes a very hot item in this small area. The concept alone is interesting, but that little kid who thinks he's actually a Native American, I
Yeah.
think he's going to steal the whole fucking movie.
Absolutely.
And it's also got that dude in it from Doctor Sleep. I can never remember. He was Echo's dad.
Oh yeah.
Anything he's in. Zahn McClarnon. Pretty damn great. Yeah, this one looks funny. I don't know if I'll theaterize it, but I look forward to seeing it on whenever it comes home. Jurassic Park Rebirth got another trailer, and it looks like more Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Yeah, the special effects look great, but thinking about it, so that's Site B. Site B hasn't been in use since the Lost World.
Mm-hmm.
So these mutant dinosaurs have been sitting there since the Lost World?
No. So when the people who took over in
Who created Jurassic World, that company, they took over Site B.
They took over Site B as well.
Okay.
And that's when this whole fucking genetic make your own fucking critter shit started.
So your X-Men dinosaurs?
Yeah.
That's how they got
So it's basically where they made the Indominus.
yes.
Okay.
So
They're
that's
mix
where
and match.
came
Yeah.
from.
So
That was their testing set. That's the fucking Dr. Moreau site
Yeah.
and then they shipped them over to Nublar.
You got the weird. Well, we got the mutant giant one, and then what was it, like a pterodactyl raptor? That thing looked like.
Yeah, there's ones that they're flyers, but the head doesn't have a pterosaur look to it.
No,
it looks much more ground based.
There was, but
yeah, there's a giant one with 4 arms, a rancor face, and a beluga whale head.
Yeah. But
that one's gonna be scary, nasty.
That's why I said the special effects look great. Like the T-Rex,
like,
it's swimming, looks freaking
yeah.
great.
Looks like the Mosasaur looks great.
Yeah,
the Mosasaur looks real fucking good.
Our only dog problem.
I just hope there's some kind of story there.
Oh, there's a story. It's just,
there's always story.
Will it be good?
It's usually thin. It's just an excuse for us to get chased by dinosaurs.
Gotta go to the dinosaur island. Oh no, there's dinosaurs chasing us. Who would have thought?
You can save them this so easily.
I'm shocked. If he wasn't in the Meg, he would have been in a Jurassic Park movie.
They approach him. We need you to take us to Dino Island. I don't do that no more.
No, so we'll get Mashali.
Life finds a way, you bloody cunt.
Oh, so Vin, your Jason Statham impression made me already pick what we're doing for Halloween next year.
Cool.
We're writing our own Batman story, and it's going to be supernatural, like a supernatural Batman story because of Halloween.
I don't do that no more.
You, sir, are playing John Constantine.
Boy.
Not Keanu Constantine. TV Constantine.
Yeah, we want Jason Statham, John Constantine.
Wow, that's like totally cool, mate.
No, not Keanu. It's Constantine. John Constantine, arsehole.
Morpheus. I know Kung Fu, bruv.
There you go.
I'm a lawyer. That's what I am. That's what I do.
That's the only character we've sussed out because
it's a year away.
Yeah.
Year and a half away.
Well, that's pretty neat, isn't it?
Isn't it?
But it popped up in there. And I was like, yeah, we have to do this.
I'm down like a clam, Charlie Brown.
All right then.
No,
we got some
audition for Batman. Get it out of your head. I
Yeah.
know. I saw that face.
But
Who? Joe?
no,
Joe was about to do Batman voice because he wants to be Batman.
I wasn't actually.
Joe didn't do that no
The
more.
thought has not even crossed my mind. I was waiting for him to talk about the next trailer.
Next trailer.
Ironheart. This when it was originally not pitched, originally laid out to us, it was science versus magic because she's created her own Iron Man type armor, and the villain is going to be the Hood, whose abilities come from his magical hood. But the trailer's laying out the notion that she's working for him for a hot minute and then has to deal with the ramifications of this.
Yeah.
I like that.
So she's going to be like Tom Holland Spider-Man. She's going to make a problem and have to clean it up.
She's gonna not quite the same way. She's gonna be paid to help with a problem, help create a problem, I think, and then her morals are gonna kick in. Or the friend that yells at her, like, you know what the fuck you're doing or who you're working with? It's
Yeah. Well, did they film this 3 years ago? Did I read that right?
Yeah. It's
What-
delays, production delays, and all
I
that.
was going to say, what the fuck are they waiting for?
It's been done for a while.
Yeah.
Well, they've had so many shows and only so many slots because they don't want to overlap with Star Wars stuff,
No.
Yeah, true.
and they got to figure out the right time to drop this shit in.
And Ryan Coogler's pretty hot right now, so you want it.
Yeah.
You want that out.
You probably told me, yo, wait till I put my movie out.
Yeah,
Wait till Sinners
yeah.
comes out. Then you're gonna want to drop this. Predator, Killer of Killers. This second trailer makes me want to actually see it now
Yeah.
because they took, I don't know if it was just what we said or the entire of the internet, they took that animation style and smoothed the fuck out of it.
I still have a fucking major hang up with it. Just in general. It's not even just this application. It's that thing where like the fucking animation industry gets stuck in one specific style for like 10 fucking years straight. As when Titans Go came out, everything followed that fucking style.
Yeah.
And it's like, dudes, did you remember back in like the fucking 80s and 90s when like everybody looked fucking different? It was like everything was quality.
No, I wouldn't say everything was quality. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, these weren't as good.
Animation, like drawing wise, I'm not saying like the fully animated product, but like the actual drawings were solid.
The structures were realistic, yeah,
Right.
but they were clunky.
But you and then they get caught up now as the trend is that like choppy,
Yeah,
3-dimensional, 2-dimensional
cell shaded kind of thing.
Yeah, like
Well, they did that with like Dexter's Laboratory and Johnny Bravo. All those Powderpuff Girls. They're all the same.
Yeah, same angular, thick-lined style. That's what informed Titans Go.
yes.
But then Titans Go was like, oh, we can take an old property and make it this goofy style, and they tried with Thundercats. Okay, that was me echoing. I don't know why that was.
Is that me?
No.
It might be coming through yours because it was my voice.
Yeah.
It looks like
they all stole that style. So like
Yeah.
Gumball was birthed out of that.
Well, then Avatar came out and they go, oh, that's cool. Check this shit out.
that was American anime.
Yeah.
Not enough people copied that fucking style.
I love that style.
I'd say it's a very similar style to what they've done with Invincible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Invincible solid fucking animation.
Invincible is a little more brighter. They have more like earthy tones and
Invincible's great design, great structural designs, but the animation, the flow, they even did a gag about it in the second season where they go to the convention and they're talking to, I think it's the creator of the show. Fuck, I can't remember his name. And he's talking about how in animation it takes forever to do stuff.
Yeah.
And all the cheats that they do. And they're doing them all in that scene, like cutting away from people while they're talking, static shots of people. So like when action's happening in Invincible, yeah, it looks great. But when it's not, it looks cheap.
It still looks better than 90% of the other shit that's out there.
A lot of it, yeah. A lot of it's shoestring budget. But like
I
I'm
will-
saying for this though,
I give Warner Brothers and DC the most credit ever. They've always been really consistent in having a solid style for their animated shit.
putting in the effort, allowing like
Right.
putting the budget up.
Yes, with the exception of Titans Go. Not that I hate the show. Love the show. Zach is enthralled by
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go now.
But it was designed to be mass produced.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not hand animated. It's all computer drag and drop.
Yeah.
But it works. But like I think they went in there and smoothed out because I could barely see any of that Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
See, it still
pitching.
looks pitchy to me.
There's a bit of it in there, but it's not nearly as much. So I'm much more interested in seeing it now. On the complete opposite side of things, Zootopia 2 looks butter.
Oh, I love it. Like, you don't even have to say a word in the trailer.
Because they did
I'm
not.
already there.
That is the smartest teaser I've seen in decades.
Uh-huh.
It isn't just a scene. It isn't just a moment that's not going to be in the movie. You can tell because it's them talking about the fact that they're in a movie. It's a short laying out the basic plot. What I'm gathering of the plot is they have to protect this snake while they're on the run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to tell me. You don't even need to put another fucking trailer out.
I already want to see it.
Well made, economical, and it lets us know a lot of the characters are coming back. New biomes to be seen, like underwater otter shit, and we're gonna be in the tundra. And all right, cool. You laid it out perfectly for us. Just leave it at that. We're gonna get 2 more at least, of course, but they did their job well this time.
Mhm.
So hats off to them there. The last trailer this week, if I'm correct. What else was there?
Welcome to Derry.
Oh, that's right. Welcome to Dare. I shared it and I completely forgot about it.
You did.
I'm trying to figure out how this isn't exactly the same thing as the movie.
I think that's the point of it.
Is this
That-
based on?
These kids don't make it out, and that's the hard part.
No, well, besides that, I think it is this series of events happens every X amount of years. It's the same setup. It's always this many kids trying to do this thing. This is the fucking outcome. And it was not until, the crew that we saw, they were successful. This is here's this crop of kids. Here's where the 80s kids get all their reference stories from. And we're going to find out how long he's been fucking doing this.
I'd like a deep dive into the history. I think that's the only thing we don't really know about yet.
Yeah.
To see another group of kids go through the same motions, it
But
could
I
be
think-
cool.
I think them doing it is going to reveal more of the history.
And I was concerned it was going to be a whole new universe essentially, and then hearing that Skarsgård's coming back to play him again,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the continuity at the very least. And just seeing that same version of the town in this trailer
Yeah.
made it so cohesive. I'm very happy with that. So that would make the last trailer is the one we don't really need because those of us who are going to see it
Mhm.
are already going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
those of
but
us who are Vinny,
You know what,
aren't.
though? I really enjoyed this fucking trailer.
Oh yeah.
The concept behind it of having them arguing over
Not
the
only just them arguing. He did the Chris Reeves thing.
Yeah.
which
he-
thing.
He has this Clark voice, and then he has the Superman
Yeah.
voice.
I love the fact that you see why, like this. I'm not knocking Cavill Superman. I liked Cavill Superman, but his take. This is more of a. I'm acting on selflessness. I'm gonna instead of I'm hiding myself. I need to do what's right. I need to do what's right. Superman.
It seems like an extrapolation of what was brought up in Civil War,
Yeah.
where you can't just go around doing this stuff in other countries. And then the argument is, why not? I have the power to help people. Shouldn't I be helping people? Then the argument back to that is, how do you know you're doing the right thing? And the argument back to that is, I saved fucking lives.
Yeah.
That's how I
People
know.
were going to die.
Yeah. So I really look forward to their, and it's how Lois and Clark should be. The
Mhm.
ability to argue about stuff, because the only way she's on equal footing with him is mentally. And in a lot of ways, she's not more moral, but she's more focused than he is.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
The whole and
What do you mean? I see people's lives. Like, you're Superman. Shut the fuck. Sit down. Don't be a bitch.
but he's still got morals.
Right, he's got morals, but he's a little fucking whiny bitch. She calls him out instead of him just being like, "No, I saved life." He yells at her about it. That's lame.
Because
I'm very happy
she's
for you,
Lois
Vinny.
Laning him.
You've never been in an argument with a woman where the thing's gone to the point where you're like, would you just fucking stop? You must have an incredible life if you've never had that. Just fucking stop badgering me.
No, well, because that's the rub, fellas.
A lot of
They
rubbing.
want you to do that.
Yeah, they do.
You do that with your buddies. You let them know you're like, fucking bitch. When you're sitting down with her, you go, "Well, you're wrong." So there's that.
I'm just here to tell you you're wrong, A, and B, I still don't have my dinner. So
Yeah.
you're wrong
See,
twice.
you saw me in my red Ponties. You can't call me out because I'm wearing red Ponties while I save the world. So you know I'm cool. My Ponzi red booties.
It looks great.
Oh yeah, and get a little crypto action sequence.
I saw a tidbit. So the reason he's getting in trouble with the president, people are theorizing that Lex Luthor may in fact already be president in this universe. Thoughts?
I absolutely think so.
Yeah,
I think he's running.
I do.
They're
think
showing a lot of shots of him in his building, so maybe they're hiding the fact that he's the president. But I think he's angling towards it.
he will be president in this universe.
I think that's going to be the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Because we need something else to parallel reality.
Maybe like mid-movie. This is what gets him the
Post-credit scene. Because I think the movie itself has so much going on that to focus on that kind of story midway could throw things off. I think it might be a part. If it doesn't show up in the movie by the end of the first act that he's throwing around the word president, we're not going to see it till the next movie.
When does this piece of shit come out?
This really interesting movie comes out in June, right?
July.
July.
July?
Yeah, because then Supergirl drops next year.
Next year.
They're still filming it right now.
Yeah.
I read she wrapped. I just read a clip of her. They asked her about it, and she's like, "We just wrapped. I can't talk about it or I'll get sued."
Truth.
But in between, we're gonna get Peacemaker season 2, which reflects. Dude, Peacemaker was great.
Yeah. So good.
And
So much hate.
what'd you hate about Peacemaker?
Well, I don't hate it. I didn't like it at all.
That sounds like the height of indifference right there.
I don't believe it because it's everything he fucking likes in stuff.
No, it's
It's Jack guys fucking being stupid and shooting stuff.
see, and that is what I don't like about it specifically because they constantly try to put this fucking guy in underwear, knock it off.
That was one scene. It was
They-
like one episode.
One fucking scene.
They did it again in season 2. He's already in underwear. They did it the Grammys or whatever. They put him in fucking underwear. Enough.
Hey, if you look like that,
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, I know it's in his contract.
Like John Cena's, I'd be fucking shirtless every fucking show with you.
Like, it's probably in his contract, right? He has to do it. Like Van Damme showing his ass.
he probably put it in his contract. Yeah.
Yeah. But he to me seems like the most forced guy they're trying to make great, which I'm not saying he's not. It just doesn't do it for me. He's like Antonio Banderas. Who the fuck else was I thinking about today? I was just like, I can't get into him.
Desperado, man.
There's a bunch of I think Antonio Banderas is a great actor. I can't get into anything he where he's the lead guy.
Oh,
I can't get into it.
dude, Once Upon a Time in Mexico is fucking
Good
awesome.
fucking-
Dude,
I could get into it because it was about Depp and the other Latin guy
And
and
mariachi.
telling you, go on Tubi and watch 13th Warrior. It's on there right now. You would probably enjoy the fuck out of it.
I couldn't get into Zorro.
Zorro was solid.
I couldn't
Both
do
of
it.
them.
Spy Kids he was all right in, but he wasn't the focal point either in that.
I'm not saying you're racist, but
I will. You're racist.
I say I like the other Latin guy. His kids are Latin in the show and Spy Kids. I think you guys are just like the grass with straws.
they're half Carla Gugino, so they're not completely Latin.
True.
Well, if we're going by the Snoop Dogg one drop rule, they are. Also, back to Peacemaker.
Bring it back around.
It's not for me. I'll watch it and I'll let you know how I feel about it.
I'll like it. I'll tell you I don't like it.
No, I told you the whole time I watched season one. I just was like, I just don't get it. They're forcing them so bad.
I don't think so at all.
Season 2, it takes place in a completely different universe.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
it doesn't. We don't know.
Or maybe not, based on that
Well,
trailer.
They probably are doing multiverse shit because they can't just make a story. They got to go erase the story because the multiverse and yeah.
What a hater. Anyway, reviews time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have the one. I didn't really.
I have
do-
one on top of the one.
All right, Justin, why don't you plow?
Okay. So, I did end up finishing War of the Rohirrim.
Oh, okay.
What'd
How
you-
many
what-
hours
What
does
do you
that
think
take?
of it?
That first hour is fucking atrocious.
No argument from Joe.
No, there's no argument from me. It was just
You're right. That first hour sucks.
Is that Lord of the Rings?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
The hour and 15 after it, fucking great.
It was very. You're like.
Could they have just trimmed it down or excised it completely and jumped into
They
the cool
could
stuff?
have. They could have shortened the first hour down to 20 minutes and left the back hour 15, and it would have been the best Lord of the Rings thing they've ever made.
Even
Well, they
better
have
than the
to go
trilogy.
to market.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. If they kept it a tight hour 30, hour 35, they would have still gotten all the points across in the fucking story. Visually stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And it just helps further the lore of the things you already know. But yeah, you should have trimmed 40 minutes out of that fucking time. Easy. But all in all, not bad. Watched Nona's on Netflix. The Vince Vaughn, I'm going to open a restaurant with a bunch of Italian grandmas movie.
How much jerking of tears happened?
It was adorable. It never got. It fucking was gut punch for me because the Vince Vaughn's character loses his mom in the beginning, and cooking is what
They made this movie for you.
we watched it last week. Started it
Oh, that's a great time for you to watch it.
on Zach's birthday.
Were you attempting to excise all these demons in one night?
So I wasn't aware that was the whole fucking gimmick. Like, I didn't know it was like that straight away. And like, we're watching it and she's looking at me and she's like, "You good?" And I was like,
You teetering?
okay. But it was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. Manganello is great.
That whole that's like just
It's just
chock
like,
full of classics.
yeah, everybody was so good. Watched Love Hurts yesterday. The Ki-Hu Kwan.
Okay, where he's the real estate agent.
Dude, watch it.
I heard middling reviews about it.
Fuck anything you've heard. Anything you've heard where people were like, it's not that great. To them I say, fuck you, because
Often.
it is an incredible 90-minute experience. It's just like just sit back, turn a movie on, get into it, and you're just like, you know what? That was entertaining.
What's it on?
It's on Peacock.
Okay, so
It's
Not
it's
very
in
likely.
the same vein as Nobody. And like if you like the John Wick style shit, you're gonna love it.
okay.
It's got a unique cast of people that you're like, oh, that fucking guy from that thing,
I love that guy or that girl movies.
right? I thought we fucking loved it. Is it like the most groundbreaking thing I've seen? No, but like it was just good popcorn movie fun.
Sometimes it's just the execution.
That's it. Also watched today, Wolfman.
Okay. Wolf dash man or
Man.
wolf space man. You finally got her too, or she just wasn't
No,
around?
no. The last season of You
Okay.
is on. So she's like, I'm going to watch my show. And I was like, well, I'm not going to watch your show because I barely watched any of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go watch one of the 18 movies that you don't want to. She's like, oh, which one are you going to watch? I was like, Wolfman. She's like, okay, yeah, let me know. And then when it was over, I was like, you probably would have liked it. I was like, this is the Blumhouse stuff. And she's like, yeah. She's like, but it looked like it was trying to be like funny. I was like, it's not.
I don't think there's a
zero.
laugh in that
There's-
entire movie.
There is zero funny.
No. There's an uncomfortable laugh maybe when they pick up that guy to bring him up to the place. Maybe. I don't even think it's just uncomfortable. You might excise the laugh.
It was like, yeah.
Like, how'd you like that whole the way they showed his perspective once he was
Dude.
wolfing?
I thought it was fucking great. I thought that was really fucking creative.
Yeah.
And they did it in such a cool way where it was just the slightest.
The camera move.
Yeah. And I was like, that's something.
It's almost like looking at a hologram. You look
Yeah.
at it from certain angles and you see shapes you didn't see before, or like a prism or something. But the slow burn on that movie is really well done.
I really liked the transformation.
It's not your standard werewolf concept.
No,
It's not your standard werewolf look.
but
It works.
it is. I really fucking liked the story. And what a fucking ending. I was like, holy shit.
It's one of those ones where they set up something early in the movie and you're like, oh, okay. I wonder if that's like that'll play eventually. That'll be a moment they have. But who knew it was going to be the final moment?
Right?
Yeah.
I really fucking liked it. I've liked all the Blumhouse monster universe stuff that they've done. They've done some really fucking unique takes. Because of all this, I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with like Dracula.
Have they made an announcement about vampires?
They said they're doing all of them.
Okay.
We've gotten Invisible Man. We've gotten Wolfman. I know they're doing Mummy.
I heard something about their mummy.
I did
I know there's
hear
a
a
lot of-
mummy thing.
There's a couple Frankensteins coming. I know Del Toro's doing his.
I think one of them is his.
Del
Or his-
Toro's doing Bride, right?
No, he might be doing Bride. I know he's doing a. 'Cause I didn't hear the Bride casting. I heard who Frankenstein is, and I was like, oh, okay, that's odd. 'Cause I wonder if they'll do Dracula or if they'll just do their own take on a
Okay,
vampire.
Yeah, he is doing regular Frankenstein, not Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it is just their take on vampires, like their shit has been good.
I'd prefer it after seeing Nosferatu, which is essentially the Bram Stoker story told sideways. Yeah, don't go down that road again. Just do your own version of a vampire. I have faith that you will.
Fuck is
I have trust that you will pull off something interesting.
Yo, you
What?
would like Wolfman.
okay?
Most likely.
I will give it a shot.
Yeah, you would like it.
It's uncomfortable enough, and there's
Yeah.
a bit of body horror. There's a bit of
It is a unique enough take that you're not going to be offended by anything it does.
Okay.
As a fan
Okay.
of classic stuff.
And you probably won't see shit coming either.
Yeah.
It's a fairly surprising film.
Warner Brothers is doing The Bride.
Okay.
I tell you, the one fucking scene that choked me up a little bit though was the callback on the scene with his daughter when she's like, "I can read minds,"
Yeah.
and they play that back later on after he's turning, and it's like, it's one of the more clear things he's heard,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, fuck me."
The way he slowly falls apart, like he tries writing things when it's very early on,
Yeah.
and then later, like when he can't even understand what they're saying anymore,
Mhm.
does that transition thing, and then you can make out what they're saying, like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
he's almost gone.
I see what what he looks like when he transforms. They did pull a lot of. I do see the inspiration from the
Yes.
40s. You see, where they were going. Yeah, I
Because it's
I
all
respect
makeup.
that. Yeah, I respect that.
It's not a CGI werewolf.
No, it's not.
It's
It-
closer
it-
to Lon Chaney than Underworld.
Yes.
which you should appreciate.
Yeah, I do. I
I'm
respect
telling you,
that.
man, they do a really good fucking job.
So that's all your reviews.
That's my reviews.
Vincent, do you have one?
I finished Righteous Gemstones. It's 4 seasons. This is the last season. Can't stress enough. Big McBride guy. All seasons were great. Season 1's the best in my opinion, but they're all worth a watch. I've also been trying to watch Havoc, Tom Hardy movie on Netflix. Have you seen this? Have you heard this?
No, I reviewed it last week. Remember? And you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
I started. I haven't gone through it."
I'm having a hard time getting through it.
So
I like the fight sequences, but I cannot stand the CGI blood splat. I can't stand the CGI background. It like hurts my eyes. Not literally, but more like
no.
spiritually. I hate it.
I get what you're saying.
Like the blood is like so obviously fake, and it's B movie blood.
Does it look like they have the same template for the blood splatter and they just keep using it over and over again?
It's not like that. It's like very stylized, like
Sin City?
Yeah,
Like when you're
it
doing
almost
something
seems
like
when someone's making like a BC movie, and like it's obviously like, oh god, I got hit, and then like it's like pause, then blood splurt. I prefer that because just the way it is, it's just like jelly, strawberry juice type looking shit.
it is. It's very stylized.
Not color wise, more like just like
It is almost bright red.
yeah, and it's just like a Jackson Pollard imagery. Like it's just splat, 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 and you're like, okay. I get bored. I turned it off. I was like, I'm just gonna play video games now.
not even a vague amount of realism, just completely takes you out of it.
Yeah, well, the fighting sequences are good. I don't think those are bad.
The fighting's
But, like-
great, but it's the way too many bullets in the chamber thing.
Yeah, and like I don't know. Like I like Young Guns. Everyone got shot. There was some blood. That's fine. They had unlimited ammo. That's fine. Remember the ninja movie that came out mid 2000s? It was Ninja Assassin or some shit.
Fucking love ninjas.
I couldn't get into that either. Same thing. The blood sequence was just like, don't have blood if you're gonna do that. Make no blood, because I can't look past it.
It's that style though. It's like very pulp.
Yeah, my friend yelled at me last weekend because he brought up a movie and I was like, I didn't like it because of this. He's like, you get fixated on one thing and you cannot get over it, and it's a good fucking movie, and you're pissing me off. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying I'm retarded, but I'm a little retarded. But yeah, I can't get into that movie. It's hard. It's very hard.
It was not easy to get there.
I just rewatched Kingsman: Golden Circle, and that's another one of those movies where like they fire a 6-shooter 32 times.
But Vaughn does something in his movies where like it's expected.
It's so over the top that
it-
you let
it's
that kind
right.
of shit go.
Right? It is, that whole fucking world is chaos.
And it's so crazy, that world. You might think to yourself, maybe that isn't just a 6-shooter. Maybe it looks like a 6-shooter
But
and it's got a crazy magazine in
Right.
it. You never know, because it's this wacky James Bond at its height spy shit. So you just fucking let it go. He's got a laser electronic whip.
Right.
Why am I looking for reality in this?
Right.
Maybe it's like a math equation where like you can have unlimited ammo, or you can have the blood splat. You can't have both.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah.
I would be fine with one or the other. But when you have all the cheat codes turned on, it looks stupid.
You
So
can't go
true.
God mode in that kind of
No,
movie.
you can't go IDDQD.
Okay, that's everyone's reviews except for the finale, right?
I have
Oh,
one.
you
I have one.
I have to log off, Alex.
All right. Good night.
Night, Vanny.
One love. Laters.
I was telling Mike before the show, I am completely caught up on Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa's sophomore season has been some of the best Doctor Who we've gotten in years.
Yeah, that's how you started every review.
And it keeps
Look,
going.
Like, I'm not even fucking with you. It is those exact words.
Yeah, because it's not
Yeah,
wrong.
Please stop, because people are gonna think that I'm just editing in the same
No,
fucking.
Well, this
No,
one,
because they'll know we don't have that kind of time and energy.
Yeah,
Get it
exactly.
fucking.
This
get a
one, where they're taking the story, fans have wanted, and
Don't speak.
there are questions that are going to be. I'm trying not to spoil it if you guys end up watching it.
Listen, unless you bring back Rory and Amy, it's not what I want.
They're
Well, he didn't say all fans. He just said
I
fans.
said fans.
I count as all fans. I'm the current
There are.
reviewer.
I will say there are characters that return that you have not seen in years. I will say that. In this current episode, you do find out who Mrs. Flood is.
Oh, okay.
And,
That was pretty early in the
was I right?
season.
What?
Was I right?
She's the master?
Yeah.
No, she's not the master. I called it. If I said who it was, I'm not going to repeat it, but I did call who she is, and I'm intrigued on this. This one was called Intergalactic Song Contest, so it's basically American Idol in space, and the Doctor goes fucking vengeful at a point.
I like when they tease that he's going to. Like when A Good Man Goes to War, where he starts to get really angry, or the Doctor's wife, and you're like, oh, she's going to fuck shit up. But he never really gets wrathful.
He gets to the point where he scares the companion's Belinda, where he scares her. Just she gets scared of him because she never saw that side of the Doctor. And I actually read something. I'd never watched the Sarah Jane Adventures. Did any of you guys watch that?
Some of them.
Ronnie, Chandra, and Belinda Chandra. They might be related.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be a connection with that. That has not been established. But what I was saying to Mike before the show is what I like about her dynamic with the Doctor is she just wants to go home. And they can't get to her where she left, where she was kidnapped by these robots in episode 1. There's something preventing the Doctor from getting back to this point in time. So he's got to take, as we said, the long way around. But he's trying to get her home, and that's all she wants to do is get home. And it's a different dynamic that we had with Ruby, who, and the family from the previous Doctor, where they're volunteering, they're going, I want to go with you. I come with me.
Pretty much all of them have been fanboys up to this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fanboys and girls.
And she just wants to get home. But they with the reveals plural reveals that happen in this episode. I am so stoked for next week. We are at the halfway point. This was episode 5. I think we're gonna get 9 episodes in this season.
It's a weird count. It used to be 13.
It's yeah, but with the Disney money and all that stuff, with the really super high special effects,
Yeah.
it's been great. It's been great. Looking forward to it. You guys should watch it.
Eventually. It's an eventual. Between trying to get art done and the other shows, one that just finished, it's been kind of tricky. But I'm super happy that they took the time, money, and effort to make Andor both seasons. It wasn't necessary. The world could have gone on without it, but it was good.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poe Dameron, their kid.
Fuck no.
No, I love that meme.
I'm very happy that people are so invested that they want this stuff to be connected on that level.
He's
But
like,
it takes 5 seconds of Googling to find out that's not accurate.
it's not his parents, right?
No, because like in the comics that Marvel has done over the last few years, you meet Poe Dameron's parents.
Okay.
You see Poe as a kid for a hot second. So yeah.
Because I'm like, when I heard that, spoilers, fuckers, Cassian and Bix had the kid,
Mhm.
I was like, huh.
Nay,
No,
tis not.
no, it's not.
Okay.
That first episode fucking broke me though. The backstory with Luthen.
Yeah. But I'm really surprised as I'm watching that episode. It played into the complaint that like some people were having where it's like it's not Andor's show. It's about other people. It's like, well, okay, they didn't want to call it Rebellion. It's a good chunk of it's about Andor and it's about the people in his I'm watching that thing like, all right, and they're gonna cut from this to Cassian. No.
Nope.
They're gonna cut from this to Cassian. No. It's all about Luthen and Clea.
Yeah.
And it's fucking excellent.
Yeah. As soon as I'm spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, you needed to watch it. Spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil the beginning of an episode. When Daedra appeared at the fucking shop, you knew that shit was about to go south.
I had that 50-50 thing. I thought for a hot second she's there and she needs to get something for someone to impress them. And then when she goes to show him something, like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then you
had everything's coming to a head right
Then you
now.
had an episode 1, season 1 callback.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite parts of that episode is the fact that Clea had to do something. She had to go to the hospital and do something. And usually in other shows, when someone would have to do that, something as heart-wrenching as what she had to do, they'd take their time. They'd give a speech to the person.
Mm-hmm.
They'd mull over it. No, she got in there, looked for half a second, was like, gotta do business.
Yes, do it.
Did it,
Yep.
looked for half a second, and then walked out.
Because the whole time they're telling the story through the flashbacks. They're intertwining it. So you don't need that. And I love that when I say move, you move.
You move.
And when he said it to her, move. You knew.
Yeah. The other thing that you kind of see in the last episode of 2BBY with K2, and it really is emphasized in the second episode. Those K2 droids are fucking monsters.
Yeah, they are.
They are Terminators.
He picks up. He uses them as he used
fucking
the one
human shield.
It as a shield. Like
The way they wrecked shop on Gorman scared me, but they're even more effective when the people they're attacking don't think they're about to be attacked.
No.
He just walks up and like, oh, why is there a K2 droid dead?
Oh yeah, instant.
Oh, we don't need backup. Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still. I'm bummed that he was only in 2 episodes.
I know.
Because he's one of my favorite parts about Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
And his moments in the show are excellent. But he obviously didn't need to be there. No. You didn't need to wedge him in. He would have completely altered the flow of the show and the events of it. But his his energy being a slightly less annoying C3PO and just being the guy like, hey man, we're not supposed to do that. You know how dumb this is that we're doing it? All right, I guess we're doing it.
And you do get a precursor of, okay, stay on the ship. Stay on the ship.
Yeah,
And he's like, no,
he never listens.
no, I'm going. I'm going. I'm rescuing you. And I wasn't going to watch all 3 in a row until episode 2 ended. And I'm like, fuck, you really gonna cliffhanger episode 2? Come on. So like,
I'm
watch
super
all
happy.
3.
I'm super happy they did it. I'm super happy it's done. There's no, unless they do a special that takes place in between, and it's,
You
but they
don't
have no
need
reason.
to.
You told the story.
Yeah.
You did it. You knocked it out of the park. There's no reason to come back to these characters.
Yeah.
Farewell.
And
Thanks for the time.
one of the complaints I've been reading is no legacy characters. You don't need them. You
You
didn't
fucking need them. It's not about them. You get Bail and you get Mon Mothma.
That's it.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Like you didn't need Vader. You didn't need the Emperor. You get that.
No.
You get Vader in Rogue One, which I did watch right after the next day after finishing the series.
I
get
don't
Vader
understand
there.
why anyone would think Vader
You didn't need
or the Emperor should. Krennic fills that void.
Uh-huh.
And when he was talking to Dedra, dude, the way he fucking not manhandles her,
No,
but just the finger on the head.
That was
When he did that.
Did you read
Like
about
her
that?
reaction to that, I wonder if that was planned.
That wasn't. I read about that. That
Yeah.
whole thing was
That
not
was
planned.
improv?
Yeah. Say it. Say
Yeah.
it.
That's such great fucking dialogue, such economic, intelligent dialogue throughout the entire series is one of those things that Star Wars has been missing. Like, well, the Star Wars movies didn't need this kind of dialogue.
No.
It's serious and straight to the point. I'm so fucking happy it exists
It
and don't need any more.
it
Just
fit well with Rogue One.
yeah. It's this little corner, the spy corner of the rebellion.
Mhm.
We've heard that story.
Yep.
Just really fucking happy with it.
Yep. Because the next one we're gonna get is bounty hunter and a force using youngling. It will be our next Star Wars story.
Wow, it's gonna be that long until Mando and Grogu is the only thing coming.
Yeah, we don't. There's unless they pull some surprise, but the next thing lined up is Mando Grogu.
They're not gonna. All right, let's rock some news.
We have a rest in peace.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't do it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
show. I mean, totally forgot to write that in. Norm, George went.
Yeah.
76 years old.
Yeah.
Primarily known for Cheers. Also, if you want to see something else he's done, watch the movie House, not the TV show House, the movie House, which is a weird horror comedy from the 80s.
Actually, I remember Man of the House with Chevy Chase. He was the dad who was part of the their Indian Cub Scouts.
Oh, he was in that too.
Yeah. Cheers, the bar in Boston did an empty glass tribute to him.
Yeah. I just found out he's Jason Sudeikis' uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Odd, right?
And,
But yes,
and
we'll get his 5.
Mm-hmm. The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
The Bears.
One for the road. Norm! Hello, people. All right, let's bring it back up. Rumors on Spider-Man Brand New Day, as far as villains go. Scorpion, fucking better. They teed him up in Homecoming. We should get eventually one version of him.
I just saw from a site the pictures from the Disney thing that it was at.
Okay.
It is.
Confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay. Him, Boomerang, and Tombstone.
Yo. I'm kind of excited about Boomerang because I hope they do what they did in the comics for a little bit.
Oh, what if he's his roommate?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, if they did that storyline, I doubt, because that's what you build to.
Love it. I don't know because he's gonna need someone eventually.
Could. That would be a great pull.
Mm-hmm.
They
His
said
roommate is a villain that he's got to deal with. as like a C story too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Tombstone, I don't see him. Although apparently he's gained some popularity after the cartoon.
Yeah.
He was a thug in Into the Spider-Verse. He was kind
Also,
of in between in the game.
if you're doing street level,
Yeah,
it makes sense. And
to have him
he's
as a boss.
and he's a villain that has not been used in the movies yet.
No, like I said, barely a part of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he had like 2 lines. They didn't flesh him out at all. They fleshed him out really well in the 2 games. But yeah, they could have some fun with him. And the other one who's looking like he could be the main villain, or if they're going with more street level, he could be amongst the many people that Peter's got to deal with on that level. Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
And rumor has it, this is where they're going to do that make good on Stephen Young.
Oh,
Okay.
I would fucking
Yo.
love him as Mr. Negative.
yo,
Yes.
dude. Yeah, I'm all fucking about that, dude.
Like, not to be racist as fuck, even though it's racist as fuck, to be like, I don't picture him as Sentry, and I'm kind of happy that they pulled somebody else in. Because, like,
He's got the chops to fucking so juicy.
they're very similar characters in that they have dueling personalities. So, yeah, we couldn't get him to play this one character that's got a split personality, this other one that physically fits him better,
Yeah.
and is essentially the same role in a different movie as far as like the level of involvement. But he would be great. He would be fucking so sweet as Martin Lee.
Dude.
That'd be and if it's not this movie, I hope Holland comes back and the next movie is
Here's my
Mr. Negative.
like I'm happy for these villains. It's just 2 things that are bothering me. One, that means that even though this movie's coming out between the 2 Avengers movies, it takes place before Doomsday.
Most likely, yes.
And 2, we're still not getting any payoff for that fucking symbiote.
Right.
Well, they shit that bed in the last Venom movie. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, but that piece still stayed behind.
Yeah, but somehow they snatched it up. They go into the bar, like Chiwetel Ejiofor goes into the bar and takes it. I don't know how the fuck that happens because that was in the 616 universe.
I was gonna say that was in the 616.
Exactly. Someone goes in and snags it. So I don't know how the fuck they jump between dimensions. Sony has fucked up the continuity on their end completely.
Yes.
Because like at this point in Holland's tenure as Peter,
Yeah.
like we should have gotten the suit and Venom.
We should be getting to that point. Yeah.
Like you don't know how much more movies he's got on his contract.
I think he's going movie by movie at this point.
Yeah, I know, but like
It's down to how much more does he want to play. And he's
Right.
even said recently,
and I don't
want to do this much longer.
yeah, and I don't want to lose him before we get that.
Yeah.
Because he said he wants Miles introduced in this universe.
Yeah.
Right.
And as much as I was meh about Tom Hardy's Venom, I would have accepted them coming together in some way.
Right.
Even though there would be no reason for them to fight, it would be fucking stupid. They'd have to have it happen once for it to turn into a team up. Whatever. I'd gone with it.
Speaking of this movie, did you see the latest rumor about Sadie Sink's character?
We had
Mayday?
talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this a few weeks back, and I said I'm all about that.
I want that almost as much as the Actually, I want that as much as Stephen Yeun as Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
Because I've heard another rumor of Enid from Wednesday as Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I've seen her thrown around for that too.
Keeping it in the MCU, Quake may be showing up.
I read this. Yes.
Yeah. they may
Yes,
be confirming.
Yes, Chloe Bennett. Yes.
Yeah, they may be confirming that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still continuity. I mean, they went to a different universe.
They gotta give a Coulson moment at this.
I know.
How great would it be for their portal scene in this or Secret Wars to be Coulson showing up and blowing everyone's mind?
Yes, I want that to happen. I want Coulson.
Right.
I want that. That was the one thing in freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I wanted. I just wanted that Coulson moment. Like, yeah, that definitely needs to happen,
Yeah.
and May should show up in a Marvel movie.
Hey,
Give me May.
did he freeze?
Phil, Mac, and Quake pulling up in a Quinjet, fucking just saving
Yeah,
people.
just be in support team.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
I'd be perfectly content with that.
Yeah.
Look, is he's supposed to be in charge of Shield? Mac.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Yeah, it'd be great. Well, I understand they're trying to make sure they're trying to maintain some kind of continuity, so they have to go through everything and be like, does this jive with what we're doing moving forward? Now that we got a multiverse that's this
You're gonna
entrenched.
end the whole fucking universe you've set up anyway at the end of all this shit. It's just one last fucking hurrah. Here's everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Funko Pops for the Fantastic Four First Steps have ruined something that I think it's not much of a spoiler for us since we called it from fucking day one.
Mm-hmm.
That Franklin's going to be in that.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker.
Yeah.
That
And he will be born by the end of the movie. So, like we guessed, he will most likely be the thing that stops Galactus in his tracks. A new Superman 5-issue series is coming out, the Kryptonite Spectrum. I guess it's for this new continuity. He's going out into space with Batman for a mission and runs into 4 variants of kryptonite, and the effects on him are unexpected. So it's going to be different than the classic effects of multicolored kryptonites. But the big part about this is it's going to be a black label title. So 17 plus recommended. This could get a little dark. So maybe it's kind of an Elseworlds thing where irreversible shit happens. And Justin, my last piece is Justin shared something with me the other day about a movie that both of us hold fairly sacred, even though it's silly as fuck. They did say that Freaked is getting a 4K re-release.
Yes, it is.
I think I need to buy the physical copy of this, because I want some behind the scenes shit. You know they're gonna slap some behind the scenes shit on this.
Yeah.
I love that dumb movie.
It's so fucking horrendous, but so good.
Yeah. That's B movie beauty right there.
Mhm.
Intentionally bad and stupid.
Oh yeah. I.
You ever think about cutting off your dick?
Oh, I fucking love it.
What? I don't like cashews. It's everything I got.
Okay. We know the name of the new Mario movie, the sequel to Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there. Big
Mhm.
Yoshi.
Semicolon Yoshi's Island.
Yeah. So that's cool.
And that's fitting. Super Mario World is where Yoshi popped up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Bing bang a boom.
HBO Max is returning soon.
Did you see the behind the scene or the thing with James Gunn where he's
Yes.
hyping Superman and he's like blah 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 or Peacemaker's like and coming soon to HBO Max. Wait, we're calling it Max again? Really? Well, good. I agree with it, but like, huh?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
so-
reverberate that sentiment. Yeah. HBO Max.
So here's the rundown of the events. So we knew HBO Go then became HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And then Warner Brothers and Zaslav, in their infinite wisdom, was like, we're going to take everything people like about HBO Max, pull it out, and put all this Discovery Channel shit and those shows on there because they do well in the ratings on the TV. And then they realized, oh, people hate that on a streaming app because they kind of like watching the shows on the app because they can, like, watch it at their own pace and blah, blah, blah. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pull all those other fucking bullshit shows that we just put on here when we changed it to Max. Then we're going to put all these new HBO series that we invested money in on this, and we're going to call it HBO Max again.
It's a calculated risk. Let's see how it goes, Cotton.
Yeah.
One hell of a pumpkin, Cotton.
Sure you love pumpkins.
Scientists at the CERN have turned lead into gold.
Yeah, I heard about this.
This is really fucking cool.
We have alchemy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Did they say how much they made?
not a shit ton. And it doesn't completely change it down to like
On a
Pure?
molecular level?
to pure gold. And I think really that might be the cover up that they're throwing out there, but they've transformed lead into gold atoms, achieving an ancient alchemist dream through modern physics. Large Hadron Collider is a giant particle. Instead of crashing lead atoms head on, the team behind this discovery looked at what happens when the atoms just barely miss each other. And that's how the alchemy happened.
Hmm.
It was pretty cool.
They played chicken with lead atoms. And
I got gold.
You get gold. The rumor title for the next Doctor Strange movie has come out. It's called Doctor Strange and the Incursions of Insanity. They say that the film will adapt the storyline Time Runs Out, where Doctor Strange realizes that his magic is not enough against the incursions, so he makes a pact with dark entities, exchanging parts of his soul for corrupted power, then helps Doom create Battleworld to save the multiverse. I call horseshit on all of this.
yeah, was it even announced that there's another Doctor Strange movie coming?
Yeah, we know there's another Strange.
But
movie
it's supposed to come. It's supposed to come out after Secret Wars.
I don't know if it drops after Secret Wars or if it drops in the between times of
What phase are we
Doomsday,
in?
Secret Wars.
Phase 6.
Yeah, I believe that's all Phase 6.
Phase 6. Yeah, it's supposed to go Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Brand New Day, Secret Wars.
Yeah, well then yeah.
Yeah, sounds pretty bullshit to me.
Okay, there is a post one. Disney has scheduled additional release dates for unannounced Marvel movies, February 13th and November 6th, 2026. Okay, so
So 2 movies before.
there could be a movie before Doomsday and after Brand New Day.
All right, so possibilities.
But they're shooting Doomsday now.
Yeah. Well, they're shooting both.
Well, yeah, they're gonna go back to
Yeah,
they're going back to back. But if hypothetically, if Doctor Strange is gonna come out, before, like, just say it's the movie after Brand New Day, like that should be in going into production very, very, very soon.
Well, I think they need to be
Brand New Day's already been in production.
It's in pre.
It's in pre-production. They haven't started filming yet. I think based on the way they're making these 2 Avengers movies, they have to hold off on at least filming whatever's going to be connected to it, because they still don't have locked in scripts. They're going to need to be very flexible with whatever movies precede each of these. I mean, Thunderbolt and FF are setting up elements of Doomsday,
Oh, yeah.
but then the shit for Secret Wars, the stuff in between is going to need to be very, very agile if it's going to work with it.
Right. What would be the other movie?
Netflix came to the rescue of Sesame Street
Yes.
and was like, fuck you, government.
Yeah, this is going to be one of my nerds of the week. Fortunately, I have another one.
I was going to keep it Nerd of the Week too, but then like details dropped of like how cool the stuff they're going to be doing with the upcoming season is going to be.
So, like, Netflix isn't just broadcasting; they're going to be financing it, and
Yeah.
That's awesome.
it'd be great if they just bought the Children's Television Workshop, and you'd never have to worry about that anymore.
So earlier today, the streamer announced that Elmo, Cookie Monster, Abby Cadabby, and the rest of the neighborhood will kick off an all-new, reimagined 56th season of the long-running and iconic children's show, along with 90 hours of previous episodes. For those of you who don't have Netflix, here's how it will work. Sesame Street will continue to be available on PBS Kids and across their digital video and games platforms, with streaming service making episodes available day and date on PBS stations in the US and across PBS Kids digital platforms, which I think is pretty fucking badass at Netflix as well. Be like, we not only are we going to put you on Netflix and we're going to fund you and help you, but we're also going to say fuck you and we're still going to release it on the same day on PBS.
That's just good PR.
Yes.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's very
It's a good way to ingratiate yourselves after. It's probably going to happen on the same day as another price increase, so they got to do something to.
Netflix will
Smile.
also be able to develop video games based on Sesame Street and the Sesame Street Mecha Builders. 56 is going to see some interesting changes to the format and structure. Here's a rundown of what viewers can expect later this year. New ways to play along. Cookie Monster opens his very own cookie cart on Sesame Street. Will there be cookie chaos or sweet treat with every adventure? Abby's fairy garden is home to surprising and delightful magical creatures. What could possibly go wrong when Abby helps care for them? The characters are going to speak directly to the viewers and invite them into the action, capturing emotions and interactions. Animation overlays that highlight music, action, humor, and important story moments, while adding visual excitement. Visual effects like wand sparkles, bubbles, and confetti will add a touch of storytelling. Anything can happen magic to the storytelling. One 11-minute story. The longer format provides the opportunity to tell stories with even more character-driven humor and heart. So, like, the through story that they're telling throughout the episode is now going to be longer. A new animated segment, Tales from 123, that takes viewers inside the most famous apartment building in the world, where they can discover the wacky and whimsical building that Elmo, Cookie Monster, and friends call home. The return of a fan favorite episodes of Elmo's World and Cookie Monster's Foodie Truck. Yeah. So they're bringing the fucking heat with Sesame Street. Can't be beat.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Too sweet.
that's very neat.
I feel complete.
I need to get some sleep.
The Russo brothers have confirmed that Tony Stark's death in Endgame is part of Doctor Doom's story in Avengers Doomsday.
It makes sense. I've heard a rumor that when he snapped and went into the soul world that we got in that deleted scene, that a part of him ends up in the multiverse as that Tony Stark, and it drives him mad.
It seems a bit convoluted, but if they play it right,
Does.
If anybody could do it, the Russos could do it.
because that would denote that something similar happened to Thanos.
Right.
We do know. I have heard if Thanos is going to show up like again.
He doesn't have to, but he kind of has to. If you're doing a multiversal story,
Mm-hmm.
King Thanos shows up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to get a Thanos. Yeah.
that would be pretty great if King Thanos shows up and Maestro is his, because King Thanos has a Hulk as his pet. If
Yeah.
it was Eric Bana,
So I saw this thing today where when the Infinity Stones broke, they went into characters in the MCU, and it's based on their powers and shit.
Hmm.
So like Wanda is the embodiment of the Reality Stone,
and it aligns with the colors of them.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Hulk would be time.
No.
Power.
Fuck. I can't remember. Reality went to.
You said reality was Wanda.
Yeah, Reality's Wanda. The Soul Stone is in Adam Warlock.
Okay.
That would be right.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Power would be Thanos if we're
No,
gonna do a color
it's
coordination.
not. It's people still alive in the universe.
Okay.
Wonder Man's going to be one of them.
It's not a crazy notion. It's what's happening with the Infinity Stones.
America Chavez is one.
Okay.
She would probably be the Space Stone.
Yeah, she would be the blue.
It's what's happening with the Infinity Stones right now in the comics. It's the
Right.
Infinity Watch again, and it's a bunch of humans who each embody one of the stones.
Yeah. Reports going around that Doomsday is going to feature the X-Men 97 mutants.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that too.
Is what we're seeing show up.
So the cast that the legacy cast are going to play that version of the X-Men?
That's the rumor. Which makes sense since Marsden's back as Cyclops.
But
Since he died.
We've gone over this before.
Gambit's dead. In X-Men 97. Spoilers, if you haven't watched it, what's wrong with you?
Correct. I don't know if they're all the X-Men 97 or if key characters, if this is like a ragtag group of X-Men.
It could be like the Exiles, but Cyclops isn't dead at the end of continuity. Don't forget about Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Right.
But like,
I think this is going to be like a Deadpool Wolverine situation where it's the legacy actors not playing the characters they played initially, not playing the versions. They'll be same faces in variant costumes.
have you seen the set photos that leaked?
I saw some, and the rumor is that they're AI.
Yeah, the one I saw was looked. Like
Oh,
they were
the
AI.
video is AI, but there's a shot of Marsden in the
blue and
Cyclops
yellow
suit. Yeah,
I've
It
even
looks
heard
pretty-
that.
it looks fucking good.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like a high quality version of the costume,
Yeah,
but it doesn't necessarily look like something that Marvel would make. So I'm not sure if they were kind of downplaying the design to make it look as close to the comic or the cartoon as they could, but still being very detailed, or if it's fake. I mean, there's so much speculation
the
to be had
one
right
I
now.
saw, definitely the AI one was the one where we saw Downey as Doom with the
Because-
green.
it is being reported that Nev Campbell's showing up in Doomsday as Polaris.
That was the rumor initially. And then it got defined as she's doing the voice. But there's no reason she can't do both.
Exactly. Oh man, I'm fucking back.
So I'm intrigued by all this.
And the fact that they're still part of the cast for Doomsday that has not been announced.
Yeah.
But they're still saying there's more.
There's
I
always
don't.
more.
I don't think there's anybody else for Doomsday. I think that any extra cast is going to be for the Secret Wars. I did hear rumor too that we're going to get the AVX fight in Doomsday. That supposedly Doom comes to Earth and rallies the FF and whatever Avengers is around to take out the X-Men because he makes everyone think that the X-Men are the ones who are behind the incursions.
So it'll be an incursion-based fight. Him setting up hero versus hero. That does sound kind of doomy.
And because I think they're going to be like, oh, well, it's Tony. I think this happens early on in Doomsday. I think Doom comes to them, but he is not dressed as Doom.
Yeah.
I think he's smart enough and educated on the multiverse shit enough that he knows he looks like their Tony. And that he's going to be like, I'm a Tony Stark from a different universe. And it's only after like they eliminate the X-Men or like take most of them down that he's like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. It would be most likely, yeah, the Avengers kill all the X-Men.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing my work for me.
With that said, it's food news time.
Hey.
Rita's has Sharkleberry Fin Kool-Aid ice right now.
Okay.
It was a Kool-Aid flavor? That was
Oh yeah, Sharkleberry
Okay.
Fin. Absolutely. I need this. Joe says he'd be right back. After these messages, Joe will be right back. Yeah, fuck. I love Sharkleberry Fin. I love Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that shot we took Saturday barely tasted like anything other than Kool-Aid.
I know. And it was just Kool-Aid powder and alcohol. No sugar added.
You don't need to now, right? It's in there.
No. See, I went with the old school like packet where it's just the flavoring powder
Hmm.
and you have to add sugar to it. I was just like, fuck sugar.
I've been trying to say that for years. It never happens.
Cold Stone Creamery has got two new flavors dropping. To celebrate summer, they have Nutter Butter, which looks like it has some swirls of fudge, crushed up Nutter Butter cookies, vanilla ice cream, and birthday cake Oreo. Chocolate ice cream, crushed up Oreos, sprinkles.
Nutter butter doesn't have fudge in it, does it? The cookies?
No, they don't. But I welcome this combo because I like chocolate and peanut butter.
I figured that would be like a variant. You do regular Nutter butter, and then we also have one with a fudge ripple.
I don't know. It looks fucking tasty to me.
Probably not going to be bad. I will not argue that.
Joe, Nutter Butter ice cream at Cold Stone.
I'm there. You just say Nutter Butter?
Mhm.
There.
Yeah.
But Nutter.
and birthday cake Oreo. I know. Wendy's is getting together with Takis for a Takis Fuego meal. Natural cut fries with chili lime seasoning. The Fuego chicken sandwich, which is crushed Takis Fuego chips, creamy corn spread on a toasted bun with a spicy chicken fillet with chili lime and cheddar cheese sauce.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Planters has a new bar nut mix, Miller High Life flavored. So beer flavored nuts. Or I'm sorry, it's not just all Miller High Life flavored. It's the beer seasoned peanuts and almonds, Cajun style corn sticks, pretzel sticks, rice crackers, and garlic breadsticks. Eggo's Minis Pancakes birthday cake flavor. Sour apple Tic Tacs.
That has been a thing already.
I gotta try that.
Do you remember cereal straws? Like the Fruit Loop straws and the Cocoa Crispy straws and like those things?
I remember them
Vaguely.
existing. I never
They were
tried
good.
them.
They were good. Well, Rice Krispie Treats is putting out a straw now. So, see how that plays out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm picturing it as like a Rice Krispie treat that's been turned into a tube, but that doesn't seem practical. So I'm guessing it's just going to be rice paste that's been flavored and shaped.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It looks cookie-esque.
Okay.
Purdue has new sea creature chicken nuggets. You know, in shapes of octopi, whales, sea turtles, and sharks.
You think they'll taste better than dinosaurs?
No,
No, nothing.
No?
dinosaur's pretty tight.
Yeah.
In frozen pizza news, you know, I was listening to a podcast the other day where they were talking about how one of the early signs of recession is a spike in frozen pizza sales. 41% in the last month.
I have no way to argue with that. That sounds like a very accurate appraisal.
Yeah.
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 Which leads me into the bunch of frozen pizzas that are being released. Red Baron is getting into the stuffed crust game with stuffed crust pepperoni, 4 cheese, and meat trio pizza. Red Baron also has a brick oven pepperoni and jalapeno. DiGiorno, it has a new loaded ultra thin pizza, double pepperoni and ricotta, and a new line of wood fire pizza crusts in premium pepperoni, supreme special, 4 cheese, and Italian meat trio. Butterfinger has a new flavor coming. Butterfinger French Toast Bar. Still chocolate outside, but the crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery bit also has some French toast flavor in there. So peanut butter French toast covered in chocolate.
I'm not going to argue with it.
Nope.
I gotta try it.
Yep.
I think legally I have to.
Yeah.
Butterfinger let me down when they changed the formula.
I don't
Hmm.
think it's too bad. I've always preferred Fifth Avenue,
I
But the-
loved Fifth Avenue.
but those were discontinued a long time
Yeah.
ago.
That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It
But that-
feels
Was so good, also less stuck in your teeth.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it feels like that's a better part of this new Butterfingers formula. They're not nearly as
Yes,
lingering.
I can agree with Joe. There's something off about them.
It is off. It's not the same. It doesn't, like, when you bite into it, the consistency is not the same.
I think almost flavor wise too. There's just something like not quite right.
Okay, do some research on it. I just read something really insane about George Wendt that I'm in shock on. 32 years to the day when Cheers, the finale aired, was 32 years ago today. And he died today.
That's ironic.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that fact kind of blew me away. But no, I'm gonna look at Butterfingers.
Wendy's, knowing that sooner than later people are not going to be able to afford to go out even to fast food, are now selling their ground beef patties. You can get a 4 pack of their patties at grocery stores near you. Right now, the test market is Columbus, Ohio, and Denver, Colorado. But if things go well, they're going to be shipped nationwide.
So Butterfinger changed their recipe in 2018, driven by its acquisition of Fiero. According to them, they eliminated the TBHQ and trans fats.
It's always the trans fats.
And
They make things taste really good.
yep.
They're terrible for you.
Oh yeah, they're awful for you, but
Yeah.
the taste and the consistency did change.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the fucking Dunkaroos when they relaunched. Without the trans fats in the fucking in the frosting and the cookies, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
But continuing though, I think we've all eaten a version of the Crave cereal. Yeah, Crave's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, they were really good because you'd find them on sale. Like they were always $1 or $2 cheaper than everything else.
Well, Crave is dropping a new flavor, cinnamon sugar churro, and on the inside is chocolat.
Okay, so it's essentially the same Crave with a powdered sugar,
With a cinnamon sugar coating,
cinnamon sugar.
and they look
Sounds
like
very
churro,
good.
like they look like churro bites. Jones and Crayola are getting together for a limited edition box of sodas. Strawberry, lime, orange and cream, pineapple cream, green apple, grape, and berry lemonade all have Crayola labels on them, and they're brightly colored. Utz has a lemonade flavored potato chip.
I've got to see what that tastes like.
Yeah, and it's for a good cause. They got together with Alex's lemonade stand, where much of the profit is going and being donated to the charity.
Damn. Okay. That's a different ballgame.
We're almost obligated to try them.
That's a different ballgame.
So, the next set of celebrity custom Oreos drops June 9th. The Selena Gomez Oreo.
This is a thing?
Yeah, because Post Malone has his.
I don't think I ever heard of that.
Yeah, we talked about
Did we?
Yeah.
It's just too much fucking food news.
them. These will feature a chocolate cinnamon flavored wafer, chocolate and cinnamon flavored creams, so double cream. And so one cookie is chocolate cinnamon flavored, the 2 flavored creams, and then the other cookie is sweetened condensed milk flavor.
Is that like churro-y?
Yeah, chocolate, essentially like chocolate flan. Which, yeah, I'll try it. Not against it.
Not against it.
And that is all the food news to print.
There's quite a bit of food to be spoken of. I don't have a douche.
I mean, Tangerine Palpatine, especially for the deal he cut with the cartels in Mexico
Yeah.
to get their family members into the country as we kick other Mexican out.
And I believe it was this week he just started to import South African refugees.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Did
How
we?
I said it's going to pad the votes for
Yeah.
the next election.
saving them from violence that isn't happening.
I have a nerd. I'm pretty fucking thrilled about. You guys should be too, especially you, Michael.
Okay.
YouTube has suspended from its partner program the all accounts for Screen Culture and KH Studio after they've posted on more than one occasion fake movie and TV trailers.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Someone's finally cracking down on these AI fucking trailers.
Finally,
Oh man.
Good stuff.
yeah, fucking bravo, YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, there's part of me that thinks like, all right, they're just doing some weird entertainment. But no, for two reasons. The copyright infringement,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
misleading, and they're just so fucking poorly done.
They've got you
They've gotten me.
twice.
Mm, they got me once, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at that. And then you watch it, you go, oh.
Get a
Yeah.
few seconds into it, and you're like, oh, you rat bastards. Who took the time to do this?
They're tricksy hobbitses.
My nerd of the week is whoever added the 3 extra panels at the Trump-Lincoln portrait presentation in the front of the Department of Agricultural headquarters. You hear this? Do you see about this?
No.
This on top is what it normally looks like. On
Yeah.
one side is Lincoln. On the other side is a very happy picture of DJT,
Mm-hmm.
Donald Jackoff Trump. Someone added this. 2 panels of an extended arm, and the third panel right up close to Donnie's face is a big old fuck you middle finger. I can't help but think maybe that's AI. I hope it's not. I hope someone took the time to actually do that.
That's a
Yeah. So that's my sentiment right there.
if you like what you hear, follow us facebook.com/nerdies, at nerdies on Twitter, at nerdies on Instagram, prowrestlingtees.com/nerdities, NERDATIS. New show in the lineup drops this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Our home-brewed pro wrestling D&D campaign featuring myself, the current world heavyweight champion of EPW, Mike, Kyle, James of Exposing James fame, former intern Callie and her husband. Good time has been had by all, I think. We're coming up on our last 2 sessions of recording. And yeah, you guys will get 30 weeks of show out of that.
Speaking of shows, check us out on youtube.com/nerdies. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Nerdaties, and you can check out EPW on YouTube, because that is one of the fine free podcasting homes. Also, check out our interviews. There's lots of great ones. There's a playlist of them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. You could also watch the one above all on YouTube. Thank you for
Next
everybody
week-
who's been watching them, though, because they are watching them.
Yeah, and we've had new subscribers. And tune in next week live on YouTube for Trivia Night. We give away prizes.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Also, we need money. Give us money. Money good. Write to us at nerdies@gmail.com. We'll croon, swoon, talk about your business and or product. Yes.
That is all. That is every.
That's it.
The opinions of the Nerdies crew are idiotic and poorly thought out. Next week's will be far more insulting. Bye-bye.
Bye.